whoosh, there are the stats. 14 and 11 during the regular season. Hitting 194 overall during the postseason. Struggled against Dodger pitching, and he loops one into shallow right. Long run Alicea. He won't get there, and a leadoff base hit for Grissom. So off the end of the bat, and a very good start for Atlanta. They need to jump out in front tonight. Down 3-1 with Smoltz on the mound.
All sorts of twists and turns.
Joe Torre, former manager of the Cardinals.
Right.
Lemke gets under one into right, sending Jordan back at the track, at the wall, off the wall. Grissom heads to third. He will hold there. A single and a double, and the Braves come roaring out of the gate here in Game 5. Into left field, that is trouble. That'll score them both. Grissom and Lemke come home, and in the first inning on a single and 2 doubles, the Braves take a 2-0 lead.
It's amazing, in only his second year, the guy that the Braves want up most
is NLCS. A little flare over the head of Ozzie. In comes Chipper Jones, and it's 3-0 Atlanta here in the first. And isn't that exactly what Fred McGriff needed? A blue pit to try to get him back on track.
Could be.
And the crowd has definitely been a factor in the first 2 games here in St. Louis.
That's some job, taking this crowd out of the game.
One away as Klesko strikes out. Broken bat, double play ball. Gaetti boots it, and there will be no double play. Taylor made, and Gaetti juggled it, and it's only a force out, 5-4.
Looked like Gary tried to rush the throw, and Eckersley, a leadoff double in the 9th inning. They don't score.
Dive pokes one into shallow right. That's trouble. Alicea can't get there. Lopez heads to third, and it's first and third, 2 out here in the first. So we talked about 2 out. 3 runs in for Atlanta in the first. Into right field. Jordan going to get it. Calls off. Now McGee. Neither one goes after it. 2 runs are going to score. Blauser heads to third. The throw over. He is safe, and it's 5-0 Atlanta here in the first inning. And the Cardinals have absolutely fallen flat on their face here in the first inning. McGee and Jordan pull up short. 2 runs come in, a 5-run first inning. Now Smoltz, Alicea the dive, and the throw to end the inning. The Braves get 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 left. After a half inning, they hand it to John Smoltz. John Smoltz, what more do you want? 24-game winner, likely Cy Young Award winner, and he has a 5-run lead in the first. Hit .282 with a couple of home runs, 18 RBIs. In the leadoff spot, and he pops it up. Third base side for Chipper Jones, 1 out. And a good start for Smoltz. As they have ever seen John Smoltz throw. Leadoff man gone, as is McGee, 2 out.
Now you give a pitcher that's already dominating an extra jolt of adrenaline out there in the postseason, and
better defense behind him, it would have been 3. Gant a base hit to right field, and the Cardinals do not go in order in the first.
Well, that is terrific hitting by Ron Gant. He took that 2-1 pitch on the corner.
One on, 2 out, up the middle. Blauser, nice play, can't do anything with it. 2 on, 2 out.
You may have noticed on that scouting report to Brian Jordan.
Cardinals trying to get back into this game here in the first inning. Right to Blauser. Safe, and the bases are loaded.
just great hustle by Gaetti.
Now the bases are loaded, 2 out from Mabry. Into center field for Grissom. Drifting inning over. So not only do the Cardinals give up 5, they tease their fans, loading the bases. Smoltz gets out of it after 1, 5-0 Atlanta.
Maybe you have him throw his normal warm-up and then sit down for 15 minutes and then throw again. And I'm sure they've tried it all.
Marquise Grissom, a couple of hits to start, both to the right side. One a blue base hit. Now a sharper hit ball through the right side, and he's on for the 2nd inning in a row. 1 on, nobody out. Lemke, a ground ball, base hit right field. Stottlemyre is fooling no one. Grissom goes first to 3rd, and it's runners at the corners here in the 2nd with nobody out. That is 8 hits already for Atlanta. Runners at the corners, nobody out, and a 3-ball, 1-strike count on Jones. Up the middle, another hit. The 9th of the night for Atlanta. Grissom scores, and it's 6-0 Braves in the 2nd. Coming into this season, Stottlemyre had been in 4 ALCS games with Toronto.
Has to stop this tide of hits, though.
Fred McGriff. Rifle right at Mabry. Double play. The double play helps St. Louis. Now Klesko, runner at 3rd, 2 out. Line drive, base hit into center. That makes it 7-0 here in the 2nd. So not only are the Braves winning a game they need to win to get this series back to Atlanta, but they're playing behind John Smoltz.
It's a different pitcher now than he was 10 years ago.
Now the walk. So 4 hits in the inning. 2 runs are home. The walk makes it 2 on, 2 out with Jermaine Dye coming up.
As extreme as he used to be earlier in his career.
2 on, 2 out. Right at Alicea. High hop. Inning over. Braves get 2 more on 4 hits. They lead 2. Stranded 3 after an inning and a half. They're trying to stay alive. They lead by 7. Then the pitching change. Then McMichael. Then the rookie Dimitri Young. The 2-run triple, and it fell apart after that. 3-2 to Pagnazzi. Lemke to his right. Tough play. Great play. 1 away here in the 2nd. Alicea pops it up on the first pitch. Klesko wants it. 2 quick outs here in the 2nd.
You know, it's really hard to describe how tough a play that really is when you're running full speed away from where you want to throw the ball and are still able to get enough on the throw.
You don't think of Danny Jackson as a relief pitcher, predominantly a starter through his big league career. Strikes out looking, and John Smoltz is settled in after 2 in St. Louis. Braves out in front by 7. We'll be back to Busch after this from your local station. Danny Jackson really has not contributed to this Cardinal team like he thought he would, or like the Cardinals thought he might. Blauser into deep left field. And in front of the track, 1 out. Nay, the Coneheads.
Payroll, the Cardinals with a $37 million payroll.
Up the middle, a base hit for Smoltz, and he's on with 1 out in the 3rd.
You might say, well, it's a 7-0 lead. The game's probably out of reach. I think in case Tommy Glavine falters, a left-handed starter, all the right-handers will be in there for the Cardinals. He could go 2 or 3 innings.
Good play, Alicea, for the force out on the short hop. Off the bat of Grissom. That was outstanding. The force out 4-6 for the 2nd out here in the 3rd.
They're a very confident team, but they don't carry themselves arrogantly with that confidence.
Lemke up the middle. Danny Jackson dodging bullets for his life out there. That's a couple back through the box here in the 3rd. And 2 hits in the inning for Atlanta. 2 on, 2 out, 2-2 the count. Grissom stealing 3rd. Throw down, he is safe. And it's a 3-2 count on Chipper Jones. So the Braves have not quit, up by 7.
Right.
A big lead. Normally this is the point of the game you just go up there and swing the bats and go station to station.
That'll load him up. 2 hits and a walk in the inning, so Danny Jackson has not fared much better than Todd Stottlemyre. 3-2 from Jackson. Inning over. Braves threaten, do not score. A couple of hits, a walk. They leave the bases loaded. Bottom of the third, 7-0 Atlanta. Was it an emotional decision for Tony La Russa to put Ozzie in there? He said no. Ozzie strikes out for the first out here in the third. Remember, folks, if Atlanta wins tonight, then Wednesday it's Game 6 of the NLCS. One out, nobody on. McGee loops one into center for a one-out hit. Willie McGee actually came up through the New York Yankees farm system. McGee running, Gant the line drive. This will be a double play. Score at 6-3 and the inning is over. So the Cardinals also hitting into tough luck. Pitching has not been there for Tony La Russa tonight, and after 3. There's Todd Worrell on the mound for St. Louis in his first year. Lesko strikes out, and that is the second strikeout for Jackson so far. Should have the next couple of days off. Travel day tomorrow, and then it's Maddox on the mound in Game 6.
You know, Joe, you may remember that Game 5, Kansas City and St. Louis, the 1985 World Series. In that game in the 7th inning.
7 of the 19 runs scored so far in this NLCS by Atlanta scored tonight. Dye strikes out over the outside corner. That's 2 strikeouts in the inning. And 3 in the game for Danny Jackson.
Started throwing it in this ballpark in 1969.
Runner going on the 3-2 pitch. That's ball 4. The third walk issued by Jackson. 2 on, 2 out here in the 4th for the pitcher Smoltz. There's one of last night's heroes, Dimitri Young. Runners going, and another hit for Smoltz. That'll bring in Lopez and make it 8-0 Atlanta. And yet another one up the middle.
Danny Jackson's probably about ready to have that pitcher screen put out there on the mound that they used during batting practice.
I think the crowd in Atlanta will be a lot louder than they were the first 2 games.
Little flare into center. Base hit off the bat of Grissom. In to score is Blauser. Over to third is Smoltz. And it's 9-0 Braves here in the 4th. Okay, so if you wouldn't bite on my question about the Braves being a little overconfident. Tony Fawcett's getting ready for the Cardinals in their bullpen. There's another one up the middle. That'll plague Smoltz and make it 10-0 Atlanta here in the 4th inning. A 4-hit night for Lemke. And the Braves have run it up. And we're not even through 3.5 innings here in St. Louis. Runners on at first and second, 2 out. To the right side, diving catch, Alicea to end a very long top half of the 4th inning. Braves get 3. They are in control, trying to get this series back to Atlanta. You can hear Bobby Cox saying, when are you going to come up with one of those, Tommy?
Talking to Tommy Glavine, suggesting against left-handers.
To the right side, high hop Lemke, and Jordan an easy out here in the 4th inning. So Jordan 1 for 2. While this city is going crazy, wait a minute. We got Smoltz, Maddox, and Glavine. We still have a lot of work in front of us. Jones cannot make the play, and Gaetti is aboard for the 2nd time tonight. It's been a while, but you have to credit him with good hustle for a guy who came into this series. Gimpy with a bad right heel. Now Mabry shoots one through the left side, and the Cardinals have 2 on with 1 out here in the 4th inning.
Starting left fielder, he can play third. Broke in as a catcher.
Schaefer strikes out, 2 out here in the 4th inning. Heck, the Orioles had 4 guys who could catch.
Right.
They had Hoyles, they had Parent for games 2, 3, and 4. Gets under it, pops it up. Lemke out. Inning over. 2 hits for the Cardinals. They lead 2. They've stranded 5. After 4 in St. Louis, 10-0 Atlanta. It's Tony Fossis. And who does Fossis get to face? Fred McGriff.
Fred's probably thinking a 10-0 game. What's going on?
Lines one into right for Sweeney. Just into the game. The dive for the out.
Fossis has been very tough on Fred McGriff in this series. He has retired him on 2 pop-ups.
You started to clear your telestream.
Yeah, exactly.
Glasgow strikes out. 2 out here in the 5th inning.
Now, Tony Fossis, we talked about how the front side leaves the bail right here.
Now with 2 out, nobody on, it's Lopez, and that's golfed into center. Well hit. McGee back, will watch it lead. Lopez goes deep, and it's 11-0 Atlanta. And about the only satisfaction Cardinal fans are going to get is to watch that big fella throw it back. If he's willing.
Here at Busch Stadium.
Nice catch by that fan. So far unwilling to give it back. Guy lines out to short. Top of the 5th inning is over. Only halfway through it. Lopez a home run. The Braves an 11-run lead. During the regular season, hit .265 mainly as a pinch hitter. Filled in very well during about a 5-week stretch when Ron Gant was out with a bad hamstring. Grounds to Lemke, 1 out here in the 5th. Four straight overall, 3 with Atlanta. Now it looks like Smoltz. Great play, McGriff. The leap. And the step. 2 out.
Moving Mabry to right, Jordan to center, and Dimitri Young to first base.
McGee strikes out. Smoltz is through 5. And after 5 in St. Louis, game 5, 11-0 Atlanta.
With the normal 4 days rest and the full complement of pitches. But he's thrown enough pitches, it would seem. Other than that, I see no reason to leave him in this situation.
Well, the change that was made in center field, I believe, was made out of necessity.
Blauser. So Blauser reaches base 3 times tonight. Smoltz is swinging right into a double play. 6-4-3. A walk and a double play ball off the bat of Smoltz. 2 out here in the 6th. 1-1 on Grissom. Into center for Mejia, just into the game. Puts it away. The glove's bigger than he is. We played 5.5 in St. Louis. Under the lights. Braves by 11.
Suggesting he would do that before the game tonight if it goes to 6.
Gant pops it up. Right at home plate for Lopez. Tough play, 1 out. Our Mitsubishi Championship picture.
Very much so.
Different assignment with a guy like Smoltz. Swinging bunt. Lopez can't make the play. Willie Mosconi would have been proud of that. Lasted 5+ innings. A 1-out walk to Gaetti. An infield hit and a walk, and Smoltz will deal with Mabry. 2 on, 1 out on Mabry. Into left field for Klesko. Mabry 1 out of 3 tonight.
It's actually just off the fastball speed.
Right at the shortstop, Belliard. We go into the 7th inning here in St. Louis. We'll be back to Busch Stadium right after this from your local Fox station. Ground ball to Alisea, quickly 1 away at the top of the 7th.
Henry Aaron hit a home run in the 1969 playoffs.
Numbers for Petkazik, 11-2 during the regular season. Most of those wins picked up out of the bullpen. Pendleton tests Dimitri Young. Good play, 2 out. Dimitri Young is new to the first base position. He's really made a lot of strides the last year and a half at that spot, and he little squirter into shallow left for Ozzie. Braves go in order in the 7th. Time to stretch. It's been a long night, especially for St. Louis. They trail by 11. 11-0 Atlanta. Scored 5 runs in the first inning and have been in charge ever since. Klesko in left. Alicea 0 for 3. Let us answer our Aflac trivia question. Is the oldest player ever.
Risk walking anybody, but still showing a very sharp slider and a good split.
Just ask Mark Sweeney. 2 out. And for Smoltz, strikeout number 6. Glove, no hit shortstop. When he came to the Cardinals, it was 1982. Cardinals went on to the World Championship. Tries to bloop one into left. Belliard will take care of it. And the Cardinals go in order in the 7th. John Smoltz rolling. Braves trying to get this series back to Atlanta. They're on their way. They lead by 11.
We asked Mark before game 1, saying, you do something different to left-handed batters.
Ozzie, the leaping catch, 1 out here in the 8th inning.
And I asked Petkovic, I said, what do you do differently? And he looked at me and he said, sick puppy in a good way.
It's nothing like a sledgehammer and a watermelon.
Now that's entertainment.
Dimitri Young can't take care of it to his left. Lopez looking for another hit. He finds it. Now looking for the double. He has that. And he's at second with 1 out here in the 8th inning. Javier Lopez with a walk. The 2-2 count on Jermaine Dye. Good pitch. 2 out. First strikeout for Petkovic.
Your right-handed hitters talking about Petkovic.
Jermaine Dye will agree. Petkovic, a guy who was let go by the Texas Rangers. Up the middle off the bat of Belliard. Here comes Lopez. Mejia doesn't bother with a throw, and it's 12-0. And now that makes you think about the largest margin of victory in any LCS. That came in 1984. A 13-0 win for the Cubs over San Diego.
It's also the proper approach in batting practice. That's what the real good hitters do. Try to hit it up the middle.
Polonia skies 1 to right. Mabry waits for it. Inning over. Braves add a run on 2 hits. Leave a man. And after 7.5, lead St. Louis by 12. The new pitcher for the Braves. Two and 2 on Mejia. Strikes out. You better hurry, Javi. He can run. 1 out.
Hey, the way Jeff Mayer's been going, we better worry about our jobs.
Their bullpen is well rested, while the Cardinals have lost T.J. Matthews to injury. Gallego draws a 1-out walk here in the 8th inning. And they're having to go back to guys like Fawcett, Petkovic. You saw Honeycutt.
We talked about it earlier. Instead of Andy Bennis, maybe Alan Bennis, if it goes that far.
Dimitri Young into deep left center. Caught by Grissom. Held on to by Andrew Jones, and an extra base hit is taken away off the bat of Dimitri Young.
Regular season, he lost on both days, so he said no mas.
You know, he's really got pretty hair. Langford strikes out. We've played 8. Braves by 12. 5th pitcher of the night for St. Louis. He had 4 at-bats in the first 4 innings. And he pops it into left field. Sweeney over to get it. 1 out in the 9th. You will see the veterans going up there hacking at pitch number 1. Burrell Wade, the lefty. Brad Klontz, the right-hander. Neither appeared in this series so far. Mordecai, his first at-bat, it's a base hit. And that makes it 20 hits and an LCS record. It belongs to Atlanta. And it's Mordecai who gets the hit in his first at bat. Pendleton, the man at the plate, someone influenced by George Kissel, coming up in the Cardinal organization. Pendleton strikes out looking for the second out here in the 9th inning. And if you're struggling like Fred McGriff is struggling,
just trying to keep Fred McGriff mired in that slump by pitching left-handers against him.
I don't think it's a coincidence that Foss's got him. Now Honeycutt gets him to fly to center at the track at the wall. It is gone. So much for the slump. Not only for the entire LCS, but against the left-handers, especially Honeycutt. Fans throw the ball back, and I bet McGriff would like to have it. That makes it 14-0 here in the 9th inning. 2 out, nobody on. 3-1 to Jones. Now a walk.
George Kissel, speaking of George, we were playful one day in finding different ways to remember.
1 on, 2 out. Lopez drives it into the left field corner. Andrew Jones heads around second, will stop at third. It's a double for Javier Lopez, who now has a single, 2 doubles, a home run, and a walk. Into right, well hit. Mabry back. Inning over. With the 14 runs, the Braves have tied their own LCS record for runs in a game set in '93. Bottom of the 9th, they lead by 14. Atlanta Braves here in the 9th inning. Terrell Wade will make his first NLCS appearance. Wow. On 3 pitches, Mabry is gone, and Wade in his first postseason appearance strikes out John Mabry. And that's going to be all for Terrell Wade, evidently. Here in the frame, Brad Klontz has taken over. He's already 0-2 on Schaefer. The check swing over the head of Klontz. Belly off. They got him. Schaefer doesn't argue. Under other circumstances, he may have.
It's like the folks that have stayed here stayed around just to boo a play like this. Well, maybe we'll get a close play to boo.
Alicea lines to left, and this game comes to a close. A 14-0 win for Atlanta.